Smell like sex. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional menswear stylist, and my job is to make sure that each one of you looks good, smells great, and is your best each and every day. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for our future video and live stream updates. Sex sells. That's an old adage in advertising, but before men even knew what advertising and marketing was as an agency, we knew the power of sex. Women know the power of sex implicitly. To me, that just denotes sex. Sex has a smell, a feeling, an aura, a whole mysterious quality. There's so many things that go into sex, and I'm not just talking about the act of intercourse. I'm talking about the whole prelude up to and through sex. So, some of you may not agree. Check your life. Some of you may agree. Good for you. Overall, this is a list based on my experience and what I dig. Your mileage may vary. But for any list to be sexy, in my opinion, it needs to appeal to both men and women. It needs to have positive and negative, yin yang, pulling that hard and soft. You'll see all these fragrances share a similar characteristic. Let's get started with Dior Homme Intense. Honestly, any one of the three kings could have worked on this list. Now, Dior Homme Intense is an eau de parfum, and it amps up the cocoa notes and plays down the iris. So it's a little bit sweeter than the original, which turns some guys off because they think it smells overly feminine. However, there's a reason this makes it on many of the top complimented, most romantic fragrances, because it simply is irresistible, in my opinion, to many women. Whenever I wear this, it's a done deal. I know it, they know it. What do you want for breakfast in the morning? Keep it rolling with Costume National, Soul, Amber, Oud, Rose, Masculine. Someone sent me a PM saying that this reminds them of the African American male experience. Look, I read it, I kind of vibed and saw what he meant, but here's the thing, guys. Overall, this fragrance, I said it once, I've said it before, you're gonna hear a lot more about this. This is sex in a bottle. Costume National Soul, and it's a designer price fragrance, so wow. The bang for the buck for this thing, just incredible. If you haven't seen my standalone review on it, check it out. Costume National Soul, this is really an incredible fragrance, and one you're gonna hear a lot more about for years to come. This is probably a surprise to many people, Acqua di Gio Profumo. It usually makes the top complimented list, panty dropper, but just think about it. If it's complimented in a panty dropper, what happens after the panties drop? Sex. Look, it took the best-selling fragrance of all time and then put in some incense and patchouli. Incense, ambers, ouds, honeys, resins, all those notes just denote sex. It conjures up a feeling. And this is a compliment, sexy monster of a fragrance, and to be a designer, it's probably, in my opinion, the best designer fragrance on the market right now, quite possibly the best designer ever made. That's a big statement, but let's rock with it. Acqua di Gio Profumo, sex in a bottle, smell like sex. Time for Noir Extreme. Even though I'm holding Noir, I mean Noir Extreme. Noir Extreme took everything that Noir should have been and made it right. Look, most people think of it as a cool weather fragrance. I look at it as a special occasion, sexy date fragrance. Everything that a man wants to smell like to a woman and everything women like men to smell like are all in that bottle. Doesn't matter what kind of man, doesn't matter the geography. Look, Tom Ford does sexy well, and this is one of his sexiest fragrances ever made, and luckily for us, it's at the designer level. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. From the house of Matriarch, we have The Longing. I'm going to do a standalone review on this. Here's the thing. When you start talking about niche and independent houses and perfumery like that, is anything ever going to live up to the hype or, in some people's mind, the price point? No. So if you're one of those people, stop the video here or fast forward. If you can just judge a fragrance based upon what it smells like, The Longing is an ultra sexy gourmand fragrance. Rarely do I spray something and it's just ethereal. The Longing is just that. It's a production. Here's the thing. Every time I wear it, every time I spray it, it makes you want to step back and kiss yourself. So the people around you are definitely going to dig it. I know it may be out of some people's price point, but this list isn't about price, it's about sex. The Longing is a sexy, sexy fragrance. And I've got the field research to prove it. Picking up this from by Kilian because there are really 3 in this list. Amber Oud, Incense Oud, but ultimately you gotta go with Back to Black. Honey, sexiness. Probably the sexiest honey fragrance out there on the market. Kilian Hennessy does mysterious seduction fragrances exceptionally well, and Back to Black is no exception. Is it one that I think you need to wear often? No. It's a special occasion kind of fragrance, and I can actually see why some guys would say it leans feminine, because it actually does, but not in a bad way, in a good way. That's what makes it so incredibly sexy. A guy that can wear Back to Black and walk into a room owns that room, because you have to know who you are as a man to wear that fragrance and be comfortable with it. The guys who wear it, I'm one of them. I wear it. Look, I'm gonna tell you, rarely can you spray something on that just stops traffic, stops people mid-conversation. Back to Black by Kilian is one of those fragrances. From the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Grand Soir. You've seen the review on Soul and Grand Soir. You've seen them head to head. Jill Scott, Sade. Look, this is just a heavenly, sexy fragrance, period. Maybe a little bit more formal in some people's opinion. I love to wear it with its counterpart, Petite Matin. Honestly, I look forward to days when I get a chance to wear this. Grand Soir does many things well. You can't beat it. It's a sexy, masterfully done fragrance. If you've never smelled it, you're missing out. You can get samples, you can get decants, but this is one that I actually recommend most people putting their nose on. Listen, as I said, your mileage may vary. What's sexy to me, what's sexy to people I've been around or I experienced, may be different for you. So instead of debating whether or not this list fits, do us a favor, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what fragrances that, in your opinion, that you've done the field research on and got the information to support that really says this is a sexy fragrance. And when I say field research, use your imagination. But if you're usually having to ask somebody what they want for breakfast, or you're leaving by around 5 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm talking about. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and share it out to whoever you think can use the information. Thank you again so much for watching and subscribing. Until the next time, talk at you later.